Is coverage you can count on. WGAL News 8 Today starts now.
Investigators and witnesses take the stand in the trial of a Florida man charged with killing two Lancaster County siblings. What they said and the dispute over what the traffic light showed.
Also, a Susquehanna Valley realtor tells News 8 how the first federal interest rate cut in 4 years could affect the housing market here.
And two people charged with rape of a child waive their preliminary hearing. New details on when they'll appear in court again. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30 on this Thursday. Glad you're with us. I'm Matt Barcaro.
I'm Caitlin Smith. Let's see how our forecast is shaping up after some of us got some rain yesterday. It was kind of hit or miss. Let's go check in with Chief Meteorologist Christine Ferreira.
All right, good morning. Yeah, we had some rain finally, but others really didn't see a lot. If you did get some rain, you probably got around 1/10 of an inch or so in many spots. So let me show you our Storm Team Live Radar Network. We are seeing still some lingering showers, some sprinkles out and about right now under mostly cloudy skies, but these clouds should be clearing out as we hit the afternoon. Temperature check 68 in Lebanon, 65 in York, 67 degrees in Chambersburg, and dew points we're seeing them in the upper 50s to near 60, so they will be coming down ever so slightly today. Not quite as sticky this afternoon. We're looking for highs in the low 80s, morning clouds giving way to breaks of sun, and then the rest of the day looks fairly quiet. If you do see any showers, it should be around this morning. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Christine. New this morning, a man is behind bars at the Lancaster County Prison facing charges of child rape. New Holland police say they got a referral in July that 45-year-old Jeffrey Smith had sexually abused two girls under the age of 10. This happened at a home in the borough. Police say Smith was found and arrested in Roanoke, Virginia back on September 10th and then extradited back to Lancaster County. He did have his first court appearance on Tuesday with his bail set at $250,000.
A former Lancaster County educator has pled guilty on multiple charges related to child sexual abuse. 28-year-old David Griffith worked at Phoenix Academy and volunteered at Lampeter-Strasburg School District as a middle school music director. Investigators say Griffith recorded a 15-year-old changing without their knowledge, offered a juvenile sex in exchange for leaving class early, and had a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old when he was 22. Griffith pled guilty and is facing up to a year in prison and 3 years probation.
A man and woman in Cumberland County charged with raping a child will be back in court in November. This after the pair waived their preliminary hearing yesterday. Police say investigators collected numerous video clips from Jamie Souter's phone that showed him encouraging an 8-year-old boy to perform sex acts on Morgan Rothenhofer in Middlesex Township. Rothenhofer was fired from Tender Years Child Care Center in Silver Spring Township last week after these criminal charges were brought forward. Law enforcement said the charges do not, though, relate to any of the children at that daycare center. They also say the alleged abuse happened several months before Rothenhofer was employed. And new this morning, 10 people are out of their homes after a row home fire in Harrisburg. This happened off of Cameron Street. It was early yesterday morning. So far, there's no word on how that fire started. The Red Cross is helping those victims.
This morning, we are learning more about the trial of Cesar Torres, the Florida man charged in a crash that killed two siblings in Lancaster County. On cross-examination yesterday in his trial, an investigator says 5 witnesses believed the light was green and 4 thought the light was red at the intersection of Greystone Road and Route 72. Police say Torres was the driver of a tractor trailer that ran the red light in May of 2021, hitting and killing 21-year-old Brandy Casper and her brother Lenny. Yesterday, jurors also listened to an interview police conducted with Torres, where he says he was a safe driver and thought the light was green.
It's 4:34 and a teen is now charged in the shooting of a 21-year-old man in Lebanon County. North Cornwall Township police responded to the area of Center and South 17th Street. You see it on the map there. This was just before 7:30 Tuesday night for a report of shots fired. Well, when police got there, they say they found a man with a gunshot wound to his upper body. A 17-year-old suspect is now in custody and charged with aggravated assault.
For the first time since the early days of the COVID pandemic, the Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates. Fed Chair Jerome Powell made that announcement yesterday. The Fed slicing a half of a percentage point off the benchmark rates. The rate cut is an effort to head off a slowdown in the labor market, which remains strong as inflation continues to go down. Powell says the Fed will closely watch how the economy responds to that rate change as they eye more cuts before the end of this year.
The actual things that we do will depend on the way the economy evolves. We can go quicker if that's appropriate. We can go slower if that's appropriate. We can pause if that's appropriate. But that's what we were contemplating.
And not counting the emergency rate cuts during COVID, the last time the Fed lowered rates by 0.5 point like they did yesterday was in 2008 during the global financial crisis.
This morning, we are hearing from a Susquehanna Valley realtor after the Fed cut the interest rates. Sean Garman is the co-partner of Garman Builders, a longtime realtor based in Lancaster County, and he says this is a step in the right direction for home buyers and sellers.
Over 80% of mortgages today are under 6%, so we're back down at that 6% number. It really gives them about $70,000 more in buying power than what they would have had from October of last year.
He says he also has noticed a drop in houses even on the market in the Susquehanna Valley, but he does believe this rate cut will help change that.
And people are taking note of the affordability that Garman was talking about. Mortgage applications nationwide shot up about 14% last week compared to the previous week. Applications to refinance a home loan, they were up 24%. And mortgage applications for new home purchases, they were up 5%.
Penn State University has come to an agreement with the U.S. Department of Labor to pay over $700,000 to 65 female employees in a lawsuit over gender wage inequality. The Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs says 65 women were paid less than male employees in the same position since at least July of 2020. It says this happened across multiple positions, including facilities, maintenance, researchers, and professors. Again, it was more than $700,000 that would be paid in wages and interest.
Police departments across Pennsylvania getting a funding boost from the Shapiro administration for crime reporting and victim support services. $80 million from the Commission on Crime and Delinquency will include technology upgrades to better monitor crime and report bigger issues to the FBI. Shapiro's office says Pennsylvania is behind other states in that regard. One of the biggest payouts went to Franklin Township in Adams County. That police department is getting about $200,000.